We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields. And Lauren, it's an exciting week because I get to leave the Midwest and head to the most magical place on earth.
I'm jealous. It's not fair. I'm stuck here.
Yes, I am sorry. I'm sorry that you are stuck here with the heat and humidity. Oh, wait. I'm going to just go to different heat and humidity, aren't I?
It's probably going to be worse. We're supposed to get really hot next week.
Yeah, it's 97 here the day I leave. It's going to be cooler in Florida than Nebraska when I go. So,
oh, Florida's not getting it, the heat?
Well, not 97 degree heat. Now I got it.
Are you sure?
I'm
Come on,
gonna have to fact check
weatherman
this. Yeah,
Doug.
you guys, I can't be wrong. So yeah, 99 on Saturday, 98 on Friday. So the College World Series is in town, so of course it's gonna be like dangerously hot.
Yes.
Disney World on Friday, 91, and Saturday, 91. So I'm gonna go cool off in Florida.
That is a statement in June.
Mm-hmm. Usually that's a July thing for us to say that it's hotter here when we hit triple digits, but we're getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So where you leave and where are you going?
I leave Friday. Gonna go to all 4 parks in a day and a half because that's what we do, and then we get on a cruise ship. So when we get back, we'll have Michelle is there already at Epic Universe with the girls. So we'll have Michelle on to talk about Epic Universe, and then we'll talk about our Disney World portion. Then over on the spinoff show, Rope Drop on Deck, we will talk about our Magic Cruise. So
that sounds awesome.
Coming up over the next couple weeks.
I haven't recorded with Michelle since I took over hosting duties, so I'm excited.
Trying to give space to let you get comfortable, let the audience get to know you, because it's your show, Lauren. So
yeah, but it'll be fun to have Michelle on so we can make fun of you.
Yeah, you guys will gang up on me. It's totally acceptable.
Totally.
So I'm preparing myself mentally. So yeah, that's coming up and looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll run into a few patrons while I'm there.
I hope so. And if you do, tell them hello. But unfortunately, we have no new Patreons this week, so you will have to cry unless you see them, and then maybe you'll be happy. I don't know. You'll be on a cruise and at Disney World, so you don't really have tears.
No,
well,
there'll be no tears.
Maybe by the time the show comes out, there'll be a new Patreon.
Yes, and then next week's show that you'll hear is recorded early, so it'll be the same story, even if we have new patrons. So
it will be. But thank you to all of our Patreons. We appreciate all of your support.
Yes, and I'll be getting some bonus audio from in the parks. I got some new lapel mics that I'm itching to try. Alden looked at me like
fancy.
I'm crazy, but yeah, gonna try out some new mics. I recorded the news episode on them as a test, so nobody complained about the news episode audio, so that must mean it's good. Now the next test is to walk around a theme park while wearing them with the noise reduction activated. So
I'm actually gonna listen then.
Yeah, some bonus audio on that tier, and we'll talk more about my trip on the after show this week. Apple Podcast reviews, leave a 5-star review. We'll read it on air. No new ones to read this week, which is fine. Go ahead, head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review. We'll read it on air and love you forever. All right, so after this little break, we're going to talk about our Disney hot takes. We crowdsourced a little bit. We got some of your hot takes. We have our hot takes. So we're going to get to that right after this. And we're back. All right, rope droppers. It's hot take time. I know I have strong opinions. Lauren has strong opinions. You have strong opinions. We're going to explore them all today, aren't we, Lauren?
We are. We're sharing ours first, right? That's what we
Yes, I
decided.
think you get to go first because I think
Oh,
you have more than I do.
I do. How many do you have? You
I
just
have
still just
two.
have two.
I just have two. I
Uh,
I think I have strong opinions, but they may not all be hot. I don't know.
yeah, some of these are maybe not that, but
They're
all
not
right.
quite hot enough. Well, I'll
Let's
judge.
see.
I'll be judgy on
Okay.
this. Yeah. Okay.
First one, lightning lanes are a good thing.
I mean, yeah, that's a hot take. Yeah. I mean,
Some
so
people hate them.
absolutely. So here's why that's like I crowdsourced my children to see if they had hot takes. All theirs were what they just turned out to be complaints, right? Like generalized complaints that most people have, not a hot take. And they all said FastPass was better, right?
Oh,
So that's why Lightning Lanes is a hot take because a lot of people think
yeah.
FastPass is better.
No, I still think lightning lanes are better. I don't like paying for them. I hear like I it's not fun. But fast passes in its original form, they still had long
I
lines.
got my steps in the original form because I
Oh,
was
are you
had,
talking about
had to
like paper
go.
fast
Yeah,
passes?
I had to go walk around
Yeah,
the park and get
I
those.
did not like that.
Pushing a stroller, running people over, and go grab the Toy Story Mania tickets. Oof.
That's a lot of work.
And you're
No,
trying to snag the fast passes and then get in line to rope drop. It was an art form.
it sounds like an art form. I like the electronic version better. The only reason I think lightning lanes are a good thing because I still well now Hagrid's has its express pass.
Yeah.
But man, when I was at Universal and that was like the one ride I wanted to do, and there at the time there was no way to cut the line. I was like, I will pay so much money if I could cut this line. And it's there's just some rides that it's worth cutting the line for, like Rise.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
You,
Well, like the trend lately on Instagram Reels or TikTok, I've seen a lot of videos of people videoing themselves walking in the lightning lane line. And it's like, I might be broke, but I'm not standing a 40-minute long line broke. You know, I might be on a budget, but it's not standing a 60-minute line budget.
no, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
I yeah, they're a good thing. I don't love paying for them, but oh man, when I can cut through that line, it pays. So
Maybe I'll make a reel like that when I'm going through the
you
Fast
should
Pass. Yeah, I might be out of
do
money, but
it.
I'm not so out
Join
of
the
money.
trend. I
Yeah,
bet Alden can help you.
I bet he can, but then he feels like he's owed something.
Oh,
Teenagers
that's
are
the
expensive.
worst. I have noticed that
And it's
too.
like, I fed you and housed you. I don't know that I owe you for everything that yeah. Oh, anyway. All right.
Anyway,
My first hot take, I've said it on the show before. I am not as shy about this opinion. I hate bubbles. I hate the bubble wands. I particularly hate when a kid is like just laying their arm out of the stroller all wide and willy nilly, and they just got their finger on that button, and it's just blowing. They're not enjoying the bubbles because they're all going behind them into me. And also, you're already in the stroller, and then their arms over here, and then when somebody runs into said arm, the parent gets all testy. I don't know. There's little signs everywhere on rides. Keep your arms and feet inside the vehicle. Should apply to your stroller too. See, I am just a grump when it comes to bubbles,
you
and
are.
it goes back to we were in line for "It's a Small World" once in Paris, France, and a kid in front of us, the two kids in front of us had bubble wand. This is a problem on all continents, obviously. And the bubbles going everywhere, and they kept flying into me. And the little girl that was probably like 4 or 5 in front of us was popping all the bubbles like one finger at a time and kept going boop, boop, boop. Anyway, one bubble got past her, flew right to me, right in front of my belly. And she like looked at it, looked at my face, looked at it, looked at me, looked at it,
Did
looked at
she,
me, and then booped the bubble right into my belly. And the kids have been doing that to me since 2019. I
that's
don't
so
know that I've
random.
shared this story quite
I
this
don't. I did not
yeah.
know that story. I
So,
know you
I
don't like
mean,
bubbles.
4 or 5-year-old girl, like the eye contact, and then she just like slow motion went boop. And so then my kids have been booping bubbles anytime there's bubbles, they just poke me in the stomach.
Oh,
Whether
they don't
there's a
even go.
bubble, no,
They
those
don't go for the
bubbles could be
bubbles.
5 feet away. They just know the bubbles are annoying me, and then they poke me in the stomach. So it might be a little bit of that, but trauma.
Wow.
And then the mom like saw this little girl do this, right? And was like
Yeah.
apologizing in not sure what language, because we know it wasn't Spanish, we know it wasn't French, and we know it wasn't German. So like in those, there's the four most common languages there. We have one we speak fluently, two between the whole family we can kind of talk to people, and then German we just know what German sounds like, right? Because it's German, and it's the fourth most common language there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was Portuguese. You know what? I bet that's it. I bet it was Portuguese. Thinking back, I was
Interesting.
booped by a bubble. Okay, what was your next hot take, Lauren?
Okay. Bubble hater.
I
Um,
trauma. I have trauma. PSTD. I don't know. Bubble trauma.
we've spent too much time on the bubble thing.
I don't think there's enough time to get all this out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot take number 2.
Okay.
Take your kids to a value resort, even if you don't need to for budget reasons, at least once. Because
That is a
here's
hot
why.
take. Okay, I
It is
need
a
to.
hot take. Because especially younger kids, this is more geared towards younger kids, love the value resorts.
Mhm.
So I have taken my kids there, and well, did I love it? No, I did not. Did they love the ginormous statues of Woody, or I don't know what, Lady and the Tramp, or whatever it was that we saw at the value resorts? Yes, they did. And then I kind of started to like the value resorts. So I think it's worth taking your kids once, especially when they're little and they think the ginormous statues are cool. And that is my hot take on value resorts.
So kids like giant statues. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is a hot take, Lauren. I mean, if I could afford to always stay deluxe at every trip that I ever take, because when you're taking multiple trips, you cut corners, right? And so the value
Yeah.
happens. I just stayed at Pop, so I'm not opposed to Pop, but let's say I didn't have to.
And you would deprive your kids of the giant statues?
Yeah, I would to sleep on a better mattress.
Oh, your poor children. No bubbles and no giant statues.
Yeah, so maybe my kids do have a rough life. I don't know. No, though, you got the contemporary and the poly now that they don't have giant statues, but the inside of the room are over the top themed Disney now with Incredibles and Moana. Could that work?
No.
No, not the
They
same
need
as a
a giant
giant
statue.
Mighty Ducks thing.
Well, the Mighty Ducks doesn't count because my kids
Okay.
didn't even know what that was.
What about maracas in the music resort? That's not as the music resort doesn't count for this hot take.
No, they have
None
like
of
the
it.
giant Donald, right?
Do
With the
they?
maracas.
I don't know.
He's in the
I haven't.
pool.
Oh, see,
The
that's okay. The
3
pool.
caballeros are
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
pool.
yeah. They're the pool. You are correct.
Yeah, maybe they don't care about the instruments. I was more thinking movies and
Movies and
pop.
sports. Yeah, sports
Yeah,
are not necessarily either, but pop for sure.
pop and movies. All right,
Art's
what's your
good. Okay,
next
my next
hot
one.
take?
All right, this one people may not agree with. That's fine. Over the last year and a half, just over the last year and a half, something that we've given Disney a lot of grief for has quietly, silently stopped getting all the grief that we normally direct its way. That is Disney IT. Believe it or not,
Oh,
it's really stepped up its game. I don't complain about it nearly as much as I used to. My mobile ordering worked all on the last trip. I didn't have weird logout issues. I think the app is kind of fixed, and I mean, I haven't complained about it for a while. So, hot take, Disney IT may have their act together at Walt Disney World now. Over the last year and a half, something's happened down there.
yeah. So I was going to say that is a hot take, but then I started thinking about what you were saying, and I was like, I haven't had too many issues with their tech.
I mean, there's
So
still
maybe you're onto
weird
something.
things, right? Like somebody links something wrong, or like
Yeah,
duplicate accounts,
that is my only issue.
right?
Yeah.
And that's more an issue for people that go once in a while that link something wrong to begin with, or their like husband made 2 accounts with 3 different emails, and
Yes.
that type of stuff. But that's part user error. But like when you take user error out of it, I think it's been working pretty good. Am I crazy?
A little bit.
It's a hot take to
Yeah,
say
I'm kind
good
of divided
things.
on that. Yeah, I feel like it has improved. I don't know if it's there yet.
I think I can say nice things about Disney IT without, the pitchforks. I think.
We're getting there.
I
Yeah.
think they. I think they've done it. They've turned a corner. They've turned a corner.
Time will tell. Time
All
will
right.
tell. All right. Are you done with your hot
Yeah,
takes?
that's all I got. I just, otherwise people know my honest opinion, which may or may not be considered hot.
Okay, then I'm only gonna do one more because my fourth one is boring. Um,
Oh, now I'm
Bloom
intrigued.
after show, I guess, if we
Okay,
don't have
okay.
anything to
I'm
talk
gonna
about.
ask.
uh, third hot take: blue milk is not terrible. Ooh,
After,
I wish
you know
people could see
what?
your face. This is why we
I
have to video
can't
record
I
this.
can't 100% disagree with you. After
What?
so it was 1,000,000,000 degrees. We're standing in Galaxy's Edge and it wasn't
It wasn't
horrible.
bad.
It wasn't good. It's not what I would make. If I was told, Doug, make us some blue milk, not what I would do at all. It would just be blueberry milk. That's it. That's all it would be. It's blue milk. You don't have to get creative, but it's not bad.
It's not.
It's
It's
not
not.
good though. It's
Well,
not like
it tastes good after you have the green one.
well, anything. Battery acid tastes good after the green one.
That was awful.
That's the things we do for the listeners. Or for our sponsor, I think, was the one that forced that upon us.
Yeah, that was a nuts idea. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, that was my last hot take. I had to say it because I know how much you hate the blue milk, and I'm like, I don't think it's that
I
bad. I agree with you. I wouldn't like make it on my own. I wouldn't seek it out. But sometimes on a hot day, it's not. It gets
mhm.
the job done. It hydrates me. It's
maybe I'm
cold.
maybe I'm more disappointed in the hot milk or the blue milk, not the hot milk, but the blue milk than I dislike
What
it.
did you want it to be?
Just like I wanted to, like a blueberry milkshake. That's it. Like, and I wanted that form and just blueberry milk. They had that during Star Wars weekends,
See, I never had that. If I had had that,
and
maybe I would feel
and
disappointed.
it was a good blueberry taste, like really sweet, really rich. Right now, fun fact: during the summer, Runza is doing a blueberry lemonade milkshake that is very similar, but has that little lemony zest to it. You
I'm
don't
having
have
a hard
Runzas.
time. We don't. I'm
No,
having a hard time with a blueberry milkshake.
it's
Like a
good.
milk,
Just trust
really?
me. Yeah, it was great. It was
Like
fantastic. They
a
had them at Min and Bill's Dockside Diner. Like, so that was basically a Frosty when it was there. Like
Mhm.
their ones that the chocolate one that they have now, but it was fantastic.
I guess I have nothing to compare it to, so maybe that's why I feel okay about blue milk.
Well, you need to drive over to Nebraska, get the blueberry milkshake at Runza. You have to come to Nebraska. That's all there is to it. Go to Runza, get a milkshake. I
I'll
guess
get
there's
right on that.
two not in Nebraska. You could go to Glenwood, Iowa, or Lawrence, Kansas. That's your other options.
Oh, if they're so popular there, I'm surprised they haven't come to Iowa.
They had one in Council Bluffs for a while, but the area it was at kind of all went under. So
Oh,
I don't know what Council Bluffs is weird. Sorry to anybody that lives there that I just offended. They probably agree. They just
we just
probably
lost a listener. Thanks,
no.
Doug.
Everybody lives there because they have lower property taxes. Let's be honest. They all work in Omaha and live in Council Bluffs. So
Is that
I
how it
don't
works?
can't blame
I
them.
don't know the western side of the state.
Yeah, it's a bedroom community for Omaha, really.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
mhm.
That makes sense. All right, let's move on to the Patreons and their hot takes. Are we
All right,
ready?
I'm ready. Let's hear them.
Okay, so first one's from Ryan Alexander. Cheeseburger spring rolls are not good. And it doesn't really matter if you start in Mexico or Canada when going around World Showcase. Ooh, people probably have opinions on that last one.
That
Well,
one's
and the first one.
fighting words. But see, I would say you start in United Kingdom because you should be coming in the international gateway. But that's a whole different conversation, right? And
Yeah,
I don't get the craziness for the spring rolls
I
either.
don't either.
I
So
just
I
I
actually agree with him on that one.
Yeah. But I know I have said that before and gotten hate mail. So remember it was Ryan Alexander?
Yes.
Direct all comments to Ryan. You know what? When you send him your hate mail, he won't care because he's also going to be on a cruise next week in Alaska. So yeah, he's not going to care.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah.
And then do you have a strong opinion about starting in Mexico or Canada?
No. Depends on where I'm going. I don't care.
I don't have a strong opinion on it, but I will say if I start in Canada and go that way, it feels a little wrong. I don't know why. It's like you're trying to do something left-handed. It just feels wrong.
Yeah, I
But
just
I
typically
don't.
go to Mexico. I don't. It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Leslie Radke writes, I might need to post the oh. I might need to post this anonymous. But Pirates is overrated. I don't get all the love. It ranks at the same level of Navi and Small World for me.
Whew. That is a hot take.
That
I'm
is.
I'm not. I'm gonna decline to agree or disagree. But
All I can
that's
say is we did lose our love for it for a couple trips because we got stuck on it twice in a row for like a half hour, and then after that it kind of ruined it and the kids were afraid to go on it, but then we've had successful trips and have gone back to loving it. But yeah, that is a hot take. I like when we have like that's a real one. Next one, CT Switch says bread puddings are overrated. Bring back all the cream brulees. Not park hopping is one of the seven deadly sins, Disney sins. That's funny.
yeah. You definitely want to park hop. That's a good thing. Yeah, park
I
hopping's
agree with
good.
that. What are
Yeah,
you thinking about bread pudding?
bread pudding is really good, and you're
It is
wrong,
overrated.
CT. You're
I agree.
no, he's
It's
wrong.
overrated. 100%. I'm
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh. Let's move on before this show ends badly.
Oh, he says he has a list of the seven Disney
Seven,
sins to send
yeah,
you.
that's a whole nother episode that's probably going to
Oh,
come
I like
down the
that one.
road. Yeah,
That
seven.
sounds fun. Let's do that one.
Yeah, the seven Disney sins.
Mallory, oh, I'm gonna mess up your name. I'm sorry. Poof Winnicott says
Nailed
Animal
it.
Kingdom. Yeah, totally. Animal Kingdom is not only a full day park, it should be at or towards the top of everyone's list. The food and the shows are A plus. All that it needs is one more E tier ride, and it would be the indisputable number one, especially now that the fresh grilled corn is back.
Okay. Natalie. Oh, Natalie.
Mallory.
Mallory. I'm worried
Yeah.
about Mallory a little bit. That is a hot take. We asked for hot takes. We got that. It's
There are Animal Kingdom enthusiasts. They love it.
wow. Yeah. Let me ask, what food are you eating at a sit down that makes it better than the other parks? The sit
If you're
down
an
restaurant. I
animal
guess
lover, people love it.
I
That's
guess
just not.
Tiffin's really good, right?
Oh, yeah, Tiffin's.
Right? But
And
like
Satulip. I know that's not a sit down, but it's
but
a
like
good
a
counter service.
regular sit down, like it's I guess people like Ackrish or not Ackrish's, but Tusker House. So okay.
I've heard that before. People
Yeah,
could
it's a
spend I've had people tell me they could spend all day there with the animals. We're just not in that realm. But
I guess not.
Mallory,
Maybe we're the broken ones.
it's probably us. I
I'm
agree.
glad, you know what? That's why 4 different parks exist. There's something for
There is
everybody.
a park for everybody. So which park are you?
Hollywood Studios. Okay.
Oh, I'm Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
All right, next one. Matt Schroeder says orange Dole Whip is better than pineapple Dole Whip, and it's not even close.
See, I asked a follow-up question here
About the
because
citrus
is he
swirl.
really talking about the citrus swirl and then he was not super clear in his answer, so I left it alone, did a
I'm
little
thinking that's what he
research.
means.
Yeah, so they don't actually do an orange Dole Whip. They've done a mango Dole Whip, which is
Oh,
orange in color.
it
Haven't
is
tried it.
good.
Wouldn't know. Um, so citrus swirl is good in its own way. Dole Whip is good in its own way. I'm gonna say not a hot take. I'm gonna say that's fine. You're allowed to. Citrus swirl is great, but here's swirl is actually ice cream. It's dairy, so that's some people don't like Dole
Prefer it.
Whip because they don't know it's not actually ice cream, and then they have it and they're like, it's missing something, because it's actually a sorbet.
Yeah.
Sorbet is very different than ice cream, where citrus swirl is soft serve ice cream. So I like
Mm.
citrus swirl, but the
Yeah, they're
odds
all
are
good.
I gonna get a Dole Whip, so a citrus swirl is like a day 2 thing if I'm getting ice cream again. Not again for the first time because, like I said, Dole Whip's a sorbet.
Well, maybe my hot take is that, and you can't even have an opinion about this because you can't try it. That the mango one is the best one. We had it at Alani. It was
Mm.
fantastic.
And then they also have a pistachio version too.
I have not had that. That doesn't sound good
It's
though.
green. Yeah.
I'll have the boys try that.
The watermelon was really good at the Food and Wine Festival last year. I really
Oh
liked the
yeah.
watermelon. That was really
Yeah.
good.
That one
Yeah.
was good. All right. So we're going to move on to just regular Facebook now.
Okay.
Kelly Brock Culp says Space Mountain is overrated. Even my teens say no thanks. Over 40 and you need a chiropractor afterwards.
So most of the internet saw the picture of me on Space Mountain last week.
That is the best
And
picture.
if you're listening now and you haven't seen the picture of me on Space Mountain at Disneyland several years back, on what was a nice, cool day too, even had good. And if you haven't seen that, then why aren't you following us on Instagram or Facebook or Threads? And two, you I don't know what two is, but one is you should go follow
You
us.
just
But
need to go see this photo. It's fantastic.
I really am gonna have to agree. Space Mountain's horrible.
I love Space Mountain. I will stick up for it, but I get that it is rickety and rough. And I really wish I had been there in person when your face looked like that.
No, you don't. You don't want to be there. It's...
Maybe not. I just love that Alex is so smiley behind you. It's funny. Go see the picture.
Yeah.
All right. Bev Yoakum says if your kid loves characters, it's worth it to do a character meal every day.
So she's saying don't do a character
Do
meal
it
or do it
every day.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
I agree with this one.
Yeah.
Yep. We
It's a
did that a lot.
lukewarm take. There's a lot of people like don't do character meals, like or anti-character meal, but
Oh, if your kids are into characters, it's 100% worth it.
yeah, totally.
Liz Stafford Pace says spending a few days in the Disney bubble at resorts and Disney Springs can be just as fun and more relaxing than going to the theme parks.
That's a hot take on this show. We're theme park people here. Yeah.
I agree it might be more relaxing.
Yeah.
But
it's fun. If it was as fun, they would charge you $100 and some to get into the resort just to stay there and hang around. True. They don't.
So I struggle. Do you struggle at Disney Springs? Like, what's your?
I can't. I don't go to Disney Springs.
I know. I always try to like it because it has really neat and cool stuff there. It just also has so many people.
It's just all the things that I don't like about not being in the bubble, right? That's
yeah.
So our current plan for when we get off the cruise ship is to go to Disney Springs and spend some time there before we go to the airport. So stick around for the trip report to see what we actually end up doing. The kids don't have APs. Michelle and I do. I said we drop them off at Disney Springs and we go to a park. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either. And then just to add to that, Christy Amon says, and somehow you still won't have enough time to do all the things you wanted to do. How is that even possible?
That's true. Never enough time. Never enough time.
Like we still haven't ever mini golfed.
It's a crime.
I know.
Not really. It's fine.
We should have done it like in COVID with the shorter
That's
hours.
when we did it. We closed down a park at 6 p.m. and then went to mini golf because we knew that's what we needed to do. So there you go.
All right. Noah Campbell. Peter Pan's flight isn't worth the wait or wasting a lightning lane on. At minimum, it doesn't deserve to be a tier 1 lightning lane.
Not wrong.
Doug.
Not entirely
This is wrong.
It's the only reason it's so popular is because it loads so slowly and its capacity is so bad.
You are flying over the city of London. It is a beautiful thing. It's very classic. It's nostalgic. Okay. The queue is great. Well, I guess it doesn't help my lightning lane.
Yeah. You're skipping that.
I mean, I will happily skip the queue if it's like a 45-minute line.
Since our kids have gotten older, we sure don't do it much anymore.
I know, but when your kids are little, it's great. I still enjoy going on it. My kids could care less. Like if we had a long trip there and we never went on it, they would not care. Just mom.
See, they answered that question.
I have nostalgia for it. I don't know why. All right.
That hot take got you hot.
Christy Eamon says Disney is better without kids. Sorry, not sorry.
Not a hot take, 100%. potentially true. It's a weird thing. I love going with my kids, but I love going without them too. Like if we say like, it's better without kids, like we get hate mail, but it both are great. Can
Yes,
they
in
both
different
be
ways.
great?
I
Like
agree.
both
I
are
like
great.
both.
I
Yeah.
love both. Now, hot take, I think going with extended family is not great, but that's a whole different thing.
Ooh, do you have extended family listening?
I don't know. If they do, they know who they are.
You are terrible.
It's
All right.
fun. We need to take our niece, my niece again. So we need to figure that out soon.
Oh, well,
So
maybe you talk nicer about your family on the show. Just saying. All
hopefully
right.
she listens.
I
Come
bet
on.
she doesn't
Yeah.
because you don't seem to be worried.
She listens, Debbie listens every now and then. It's fun.
Well, hello, Debbie, if you're listening. Doug
We
loves you.
cruised Greece together. So
That's true. You did.
yeah, we're trying to plan another cruise. It's getting them into the park. That's the challenge.
Well, cruising's always, that's like the easy thing to do
Yeah,
with extended
it
family.
is. It's way better than the parks with like trying to manage everybody's expectations.
Yeah. All right. So we are ready for Instagram if you want to
All
take
right.
that over.
But first, we have some on Threads, Lauren.
Oh, I forgot about threads.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, all right, on Threads, we have one. I I'm not sure how hot this is, or if this is supposed to be hot advice. I don't know. From Circle Liff. I don't. It's a thread handle. All right. You can pack snacks like cuties, Hawaiian rolls, apple slices, trail mixes, applesauce pouches. Best for curbing that hangry feeling when in long lines. So they're saying not to do that. Is that the hot take, or the hot take is to do that? I always have trouble knowing which way people mean it's hot. I think they mean that
No, I
hot
think
take is
she's
to pack the snacks.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
encouraging packing snacks, which I also agree with
100%
because
agree.
let me tell
Yeah,
you when your kids will get hungry. It will be in the middle of a line and when you have no access to food, always,
there you
because
go.
they're bored.
All right, now we have a hot take from the Kraus Mouse Adventures YouTube channel from the kids. All
Ooh.
right, so yeah, from the kids. If you're at the Poly, Ohana noodles are better than Dole Whips. In fact, Ohana noodles might be the best thing you can eat at Walt Disney World. And this is from Alan, the dad. But don't ask me because I'm gluten free. Oh, they are right. And I know Lauren does not agree, but
I'm
those
shaking
noodles,
shaking my head.
like, my kids love the noodles. Sam will get it from Captain Cook's. Remember, we talked about how Sam just
Yeah.
went and ordered noodles the other week, right? And I'm like, oh, you already ordered dinner. Okay. Um, yeah. So, yep.
No, if I'm
Ohana
going
noodles.
to Polly, I'm getting a Dole Whip. No questions asked.
Are you?
I am.
I mean, I'm willing to get the noodles. Depends on what you're after, sweet or savory, right?
Oh, yeah, usually I'm after sweet.
All right, here's to Instagram comments. All right, Mrs. Taramola 91. Nailed it. All right. Hot take. Navi River Journey is massively underrated and a perfect way to end your Animal Kingdom day. Never once have I said those words. So that's a hot
You
take.
She just made you say those words.
She did. She put words in my mouth. Not well played, Tara Moeller. Well played.
Well
Well played.
done. That is a hot take.
That is. I mean, if
Um,
you love it, you love it, though.
yeah, I don't hate it as much as you do, I don't think. Like if I didn't have to wait in line for it, it's fine.
Oh, if there was no wait, I'd go on it. But there's always a wait, so
There's
I'm
always a
not.
wait.
There's
I know
always
they
a
need
wait.
more rides at that park, and
I
then
mean, I
that
would
would
say
be
they're
like,
working on that, but they're not actually. They're just
no,
replacing the rides they've already taken away, right? There's no actual addition with the addition to Animal Kingdom.
this is true.
We lost a spinner, we get a spinner. We lost Primeval Whirl, we're finally getting something back in that place. Indiana Jones is just dinosaur.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
me sad
We
when you
need more
say it that
rides
way.
to
We
help.
do.
Yeah. It's not an addition, it's a redo. Anywho, also Zootopia is just replacing. Now, will these updates take people away and put them in lines elsewhere? Absolutely. So it could really help Navi River Journey's line. Like it really could have a big
Yeah.
impact that is felt at Navi River Journey and possibly felt at the safari. Possibly. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Hot take from Curly Chip. Hot take. Character meet and greets are overrated. I'd never wait in a line for a pic. I know these people. I knew they existed. I fear for when my wife has to meet them and do stuff with them in real life. It's dangerous.
So I will do the characters, but I don't have the enthusiasm that Michelle does. Like at some
Nobody
point I'm ready
nobody
to be
should.
done.
Nobody should have the enthusiasm Michelle has.
Oh, it was
Yes.
hilarious when I was traveling with her and Gina because Gina was getting ready and I was texting her, "This is where we're on the treasure," and I was like, "Michelle says you have to be in this picture." Gina like hauled butt to get there, like ran because she didn't want to upset Michelle. And I was like, "I'm just kidding. She's not really going to be upset." I was like, I was I was trying to be funny, and Gina took it seriously.
It's what you get for trying to be funny through text without sarcasm font.
Yes, I know, right? It was funny. But she saw how serious Michelle was, so she took me
Yeah,
seriously.
she's super serious about her characters. Say a prayer for me on the Disney Magic. Okay.
Good luck.
Um, hot takes from our messages on Instagram from Helena
Helena.
Kipura.
Kirpura.
Yep. So I thought maybe this is from Facebook. I don't know. Facebook, Instagram, it's all a blur. Anyway, hot take. The two best quick service restaurants at Magic Kingdom are Pinocchio Village House and Cosmic Race.
Oh, interesting.
Once again, congratulations. You made me say that.
So we're gonna go try Pinocchio's, I think, with Gracie being gluten free
Right.
now.
The gluten-free pizza is salt. I get the gluten-free pizza. That's how bad Pinocchio's is. I order the gluten-free pizza because I know it's like fresh and made well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sums up
Yeah.
that
We haven't been
restaurant.
there in years. We're gonna give it another try. I'll report back in August.
All right. And then last hot take I got here from messages. I like the people that put hot take first. Yeah. Hot take. Star Tours should only be based on the original trilogy. Galaxy Edge features the sequels. I want to see Darth Vader somewhere in the parks. So they want their Darth Vader showing up in Star Tours. I can't say I'm 100% opposed to that.
Like like on the screen?
I mean, in the
He's on the
ride, right?
screen.
Yeah, but not all the time. You could get
No.
all Ahsoka scenes or all prequel scenes or all
I
like.
like the different scenes, like with the different characters.
That's why that was a hot take,
That
Lauren.
was a hot take. My hot take related to Galaxy's Edge is that they should have kept that to the original trilogy.
Oh my gosh, that right? Like,
Yes.
give the people what they want. Tatooine, Hoth. I mean, Hoth could have just been inside and nice and cool. Like, nobody would have complained about that.
Hoth wouldn't have gone there. It's like,
Why
no,
not?
it had
Original
to be like
trilogy.
Tatooine.
Yeah, Tatooine on one side, Hoth in the middle, and then Bespin City or some Cloud City over on the other side,
Ooh, that
right?
would have been really cool.
Or Indoor. I
I
mean,
would have
come on.
loved Endor.
They already
And
have Indoor halfway built out.
I know.
I don't.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
decisions were made. They were all in on the Last Jedi. That's what and Solo, a Star Wars story. That right? Those were the two movies in production when they were designing Galaxy's Edge. So that was the goal, was synergy with those two films. That's what gave us Millennium Falcon, its plot line, and then the plot line for Rise of the Resistance.
But like, what do you think our kids would say? Do you think they would agree with us, or do you think they like that it's like the sequels?
I don't know. Maybe we'll discuss that on our next episode when we do Love It or Leave It,
Oh,
Hollywood
okay.
Studios.
Little teaser there.
All right. Well, I think that does it for all our hot takes. I think we got them all, right? We got them
Yes, I
all.
think
Yeah,
so.
we did it. So let us know if you agree, disagree, think our hot takes are lukewarm at best, or if they're scalding hot. I don't know. Trying something there. I don't think it worked. All right.
No,
Well,
it didn't.
Make sure you follow us on social media at Rope Drop Radio on all of the things. And if you want to plan a trip to formulate your own hot takes at Disney World, reach out to our friends at Touring and Cruises. Head over to touringandcruises.com, get your no obligation free quote, and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Right, Lauren?
Yes, we still seeing good deals for Disney the rest of the year. Opened up for 2026. Universal's open for 2026. Disneyland should open in August. I
All the
think that's about
things.
it. Yeah.
All the things. You can book your parks or cruises, Royal Caribbean even. It's not just Disney.
We do book things other than theme parks.
So there you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. For Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio.